So a few weeks ago, Shawn tells me, I got a problem with IVAN. I can't see anything out of these mirrors at all. They're cracked, they're in bad shape, they're starting to fade, the silver is gone. What should I do? Should I order some new ones from Russia? I said, nope. No, I've got a better idea. So I went on the internet and I took a look at the front of the car, which has got some vintage JDM Datsun look to it. It's got some of that Nissan, early Nissan. And I thought to myself, what about some Fender mirrors? That'd look good, wouldn't it? So, onto eBay I went, and what was I able to find? A set of Datsun 210 truck mirrors for cheap as dirt from Thailand. And like all things from Thailand, there's always a hitch. We've got to install these. Let's take a look at it.
Okay, so here is what $14 American or 19 Canadian gets us. These really cheap plastic fender mount mirrors. They should look pretty cool. Big issue though, the offset bolt, we have to deal with that. It gives us another mirror and then some mounting plates and then two different types of a plastic bottom to put on that. One's for a contoured fender and one's for a flat, and we're going to have to bevel that probably to give us enough adjustment on the mirrors. But we won't know till we try. So we're going to remove the mirror, and there's only two screws that hold it in. One right here and one underneath here. Pull the window track out a bit. Once you get that back enough, this slides right out, just like that.
So we've removed the mirror, the original factory one. You can see how it's in pretty poor shape and all the various pieces. And we retain this piece here because this is your window track right here. This piece right here. So is what needs to happen is we have to retain this to keep our window from falling out and leaking rain everywhere when we install our block plate. So what we did is we cut the back side off, sanded everything true and flush, and made it so it's a perfect triangle, and then we can install our trim plate on the outside. That'll block it from the weather and give a really nice styling piece. This is just a basic piece of aluminum that was cut with a 30-degree angle, measured off of using this as a template. So, while we're waiting for the epoxy to set up on the delete plates that go on the windows, it was time now to lay out where we wanted to put our mirrors. So that was simply accomplished by finding the center line of the wheel, by dropping a plumb bob, measuring it, and marking a line on some tape. From there, we decided that a good point to be would be roughly in line with the front of the wheel lip. So we did that again by dropping our plumb bob and marking a line. And we did the same on the other side and measured between them. We found this is 8 inches. Whatever that works out into metric, I don't recall, 20 centimeters or something, 20 and a bit. So each side is now set up. So what we're going to do is apply a template here. We're going to drill our 2 holes, one for our main screw, and the other one for this mounting stud for the mirror base. We're actually going to get to putting these together.
So, I should now be able to lay this template out that we drew. We'll just lay it down, put the lines up, lay it out, mark 2 holes, and we should be good. And then we can turn it over to the other side, do the same thing, and then should just be able to bolt these in. Okay, so we have our pilot holes drilled. Now we have a step drill bit, and we have our little guide plate that is also the spacer. We're going to run the back hole out to the same size as the little tab. And then we're going to run the center hole out a bit bigger to give a little bit of adjustment and some movement so that we can set the mirrors up exactly where we want. It's not rocket science, it's basically all by guesswork. And yes, this also bothers me a bit to do. Fenders are in really good shape on this car. A little more. Yeah, about there. That's it. And that's how it'll sit. With a little bit of modifying and adjusting, but that'll be that.
We have our first mirror in place. Looks good. Provides an excellent field of view. All the way back.
And there's no dead spot. There's no blind spot, you can see everything. The only issue will be is snow in the wintertime is going to block that mirror a bit. We'll have to keep that clean. But a little bit of rain action should not be a problem.
While we were mounting the mirrors, these old block plates from the original mirror mounts, we cut them off, and then we took some aluminum and used the original actual part as a template to cut out this triangle, which basically is 90 degree with a 30 degree angle. And then we just applied some JB weld and use that to affix it to the mirror mounts. Next is what we'll do. So we'll apply some satin black paint so that they match nicely, and these will go back in, and we'll reinsert our window guides so that they don't fall out, and hopefully it seals out most of the outside weather. So that about wraps this up. We've got our block plate installed on the window, and we've got our fender mirror, both sides. So, that's $19 of Thailand-sourced Datsun replacement mirrors mounted on the Lada. I think it looks really good, provides a really good field of view. Very quick project, just punch a couple of holes, measurements, dead easy. What do you think, Shawn?
I think that's it. We're good to go.
That's all. See you next time.